The Soweto Theatre is celebrating its 10th anniversary this month. To celebrate, the colourful playhouse will host music, poetry and comedy performances. The stage was first brought alive by Gloria Bosman and Concord Nkabinde, and since then it's played host to acclaimed artists like Salif Keita, Hugh Masekela and Sipho Hotsticks Mabuza. Let's discuss those celebrations and future plans with the theatre's General Manager Vincent Motau, who joins us virtually from Boksburg. Vincent, thank you for your time this evening. 10 years, you would think, oh, a decade is not a long time, but in those 10 years, the Soweto Theatre has seen so much pass in and out its doors. What are your feelings that you're reflecting on as the theatre marks this important milestone?
Thank you, and thank you for the audience back at home. My name is Vincent. Yes, as you indicated, 10 years, it's a great milestone. I mean, we've been through 5 double years, obviously. So, but then what we're actually saying is that we're celebrating this theatre as a township theatre, which actually really encompasses the ultimate pledge from the Johannesburg to actually indicate that we can actually have a successful theatre in the township.
What has been some of your major challenges? Obviously, the last 2 years of the COVID pandemic would have been a very, very tough time for the Soweto Theatre, as it was for so many other theatre spaces across the country and indeed the world. But what have been some of the major challenges over the last 10 years in trying to just establish that space, both as a place for the community and young people to express themselves, but also as a space for top artists to come and perform? So your challenges, and then of course also your major highlights.
Typically it will be the general challenges that actually we all faced in terms of really accustoming and really working around the COVID-19 as a pandemic, as well as also more in terms of the economy. As you would know, that the art industry has been really negatively impacted. So, however, from our side, as much as that was a challenge, I believe that we actually really tried as much as we can. We had actually even workshops, and we really had few productions that we streamed at our platforms, at our social media platform, to ensure that the theatre doors might be actually closed, but we are actually not there to be forgotten. So we had artists that we would actually have workshops with them so that we can actually really do the live stream of the past production, so that we remain relevant and not forgotten. And by so doing that was more of an income generation for the artists that we actually partnered with, to make sure that we serve our purpose, our mandate as well.
How has the theatre been welcomed by the local community? Was it difficult to get the buy-in of people, to make them understand, help them understand that this is a space for them? And what are your plans for the future to ensure that the community continues to take ownership of that space?
Look, the theatre, according to my belief, as much as I'm the new general manager starting from October last year, is that coming from Joburg Theatre, which is actually Joburg City Theatres, which is actually the group company that actually manages the 3 theatres, Joburg Theatre, Soweto Theatre and Rodobo Theatre, is that the community of Soweto Theatre, Soweto actually really welcomes Soweto Theatre as their own infrastructure to actually really participate in. As you would know, that we hosted beautiful productions at the theatre, and also not only that, we actually hosting traditional theatre production. We also welcome businesses, like as I'm excited to actually announce that in the end of August, towards the first week of September, we'll be actually welcoming all the local businesses from Soweto in partnership with Soweto TV to actually conduct Soweto Economic Acceleration Summit that will bring actually all the local businesses to make sure that they actually uplift each other in terms of economy. And also that summit is aimed at teaching other local theatre practitioners so that they can actually learn that this theatre is their theatre, they own that, they own it, and they can actually really utilize the space.
Now, you've newly taken up this position as General Manager at Soweto Theatre. What are some of the goals that you've set yourself in this position?
My strategy is actually to really cultivate from the young. My excitement to work at Soweto Theatre is more focused on the youth and community development. Our youth and community development is actually aiming at actually cultivating the young ones to make sure that they know that the theatre is actually for everyone, particularly at the local setup in the township like Soweto Theatre, to ensure that crime is not really the ultimate scapegoat, but then you can actually really come to the theatre, you can actually learn a skill or two, not necessarily only in the art industry, because we also offer different skills. Like at the current moment, we actually have the 3 programs that we have, which is the music tuition program, which is more focused on orchestra. Who would have actually known that in the township setup, a skill like that would actually be offered to the children in a township. Also, we have another program that is called the Tsumong, which focuses more on dance and traditional theatre. And we also partnered with other stakeholders to make sure that we offer skills around poetry. So it's more about writing skills and poetry skills. So for me, the parents, as they respond to this call out, it excites me to ensure that we also ensure that we also cultivating the future audiences for the theatre, to actually take off the kids from the street, to make sure that they come to our warm and welcoming theatre.
And we've just been looking at pictures of the theatre. It must be such an amazing escape for many young people in the area, a beautiful, warm and creative space where they can just express themselves. Before I let you go, Vincent, give us an idea of what you have planned for the big celebration next weekend, kicking off with a big comedy festival on Friday night, I believe.
Yes, on the 27th, we actually have the Soweto Comedy Festival, which features the likes of the Jaiputi, the Pelepeles, the Kidwani Mlauzis, and all of that. And also on the 28th of September, we actually, which coincides our celebration of 10 years, or every annual celebration, it actually coincides with Africa Month. With Africa Month and the 10th year celebration for Soweto Theatre, will also be celebrating by having Africa Day Groove. And for the lineup of the Africa Groove, we'll also have the likes of this Java, the recently graduate Nomfundo Mo, the Peanut Butter Jam, Malcolm and Gianni BCUC, and Crazy Black Dudes, and many more. So do join us and celebrate with us. And also the celebration is not only for May, it actually continues until the end of this year. We also, on the Sunday, we have the Sunday, 7 Color Sunday, which is actually a monthly program that we have at the Soweto Theatre on every last week, on the last Sunday of every month.
Well, we can only wish you everything of the best going forward, and let's hope the birthday celebrations is almost like a relaunch, as it were, after these 2 years where so many people couldn't go to these beautiful theatre spaces. So we wish you everything of the best. That's Vincent Motau, the General Manager at the Soweto Theatre, the theatre marking its 10-year anniversary this month, and has a number of festivities planned to celebrate the milestone. You heard him rattle off just a few of the things they have planned for, especially next weekend. So do go onto their social media platforms if you want to find out more and you want to join in all of the fun.